Good morning or afternoon, depending where you're at. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, the mamas. How you guys doing today? Just jumped on for a little bit. Just jumped on for a little bit. It's Happy Mother's Day. Check in with you guys. Update you with this crazy story that's happening out of California this morning. A bus crashing, or I think it was the SUV. We're gonna watch some clips. The SUV hit the bus. I don't know who's at fault here. The SUV driver is deceased. And this morning, I had heard a couple of accidents. A couple of accidents happening today and yesterday, and some crazy stuff going on. So, just wanted to put a PSA out there too to be cautious. Today everybody's out driving and visiting family and all this stuff. Maybe people are drinking. Just be cautious out there. A lot of craziness going on the road and then everywhere else. So, oh yeah. You know about that? Colorado students going to Moab. Did you hear about that, Tracy? That's another story. I want to talk about that. That bus was on fire. Fire. Lit ablaze. This morning, something I noticed too is this at the airport, Atlanta Airport. Atlanta Airport was shut down. Let's see here. Hartsfield ground stop was issued at Hartsfield Jackson Atlanta International Airport this morning due to runway equipment outage. The FAA implemented a stop at 10:40, holding all inbound flights from their origin until noon. So they might have finished now. Technicians are currently working to resolve the issue. There's been all these problems at the airports and a couple of issues that I've been hearing about recently. And apparently there was another issue today too. Interestingly, a similar equipment outage occurred at Newark Liberty International Airport earlier today, leading to 45-minute ground stop there as well. So that was the airport stuff this morning. Let me get you here. This crash looks crazy. The California one, this was in Hacienda Heights. One person was killed, 24 others injured. I had read one of the reports had said that there was 62 people on this bus. It was a tour bus. I was reading tour bus.
News in Hacienda Heights right now. New images coming in. A crash on the 60 freeway has prompted all westbound lanes to close. We know at least one person has died, several transported to the hospital. NBC4's Annette Ariola live at the scene in Hacienda Heights with the latest on the investigation. Annette, good morning to you. We know that this resulted in a triage to help several of the injured there. You're now on the freeway, and we know that some of the uninjured were even seen walking off with their luggages. What else have you gathered in the last 30 minutes? Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Michelle. Yeah, and a lot of the vehicles that were here on the freeway were able to get off using that on-ramp right there on Azusa Avenue where we were stuck. As they were able to clear that section out, we were actually able to get closer to the crash site. We're now on those freeway lanes. And joining me now is Officer Zachary Salazar with California Highway Patrol. Thank you so much for joining us. We see the bus has been pulled over to the side. Sir, what can you tell us? We know the crash happened at 5:04 this morning. Take it from there.
Yes, we received a call of the traffic collision involving a tour bus and a Nissan vehicle at approximately 5:03 in the morning. As a result of that initial collision, the Nissan became fully engulfed and unfortunately trapping the occupant inside who succumbed to their injuries. The tour bus was transporting 63 occupants, including the driver.
And I don't know if you guys knew this, or I had a feeling, maybe it's a common sense thing, but it says that according to Google's AI, yes, car accidents do tend to increase on Mother's Day. This is due to factors like increased traffic, more distracted drivers, and potentially more drunk driving. Studies show that drivers are more likely to use their phones while on Mother's Day, leading to a higher risk of accidents. Happy Mother's Day. Boom. So I wanted to come hang out, talk about this story and some other little stories. Say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, or Happy Mother's Day, or rest in peace to the mothers that have passed away. And just a little, be careful, take your time. There's no need to rush. Don't go crazy. I mean, some of these car accidents you can't really help. These people are driving nuts and they just hit you. But, just try to be cognizant when you're driving, pay attention. Yeah, people drinking, brunch drinks. People go for breakfast, mimosa, one of my favorite drinks, mimosas, or whatever. All it takes is a little slip up and you're in a car accident.
As a result of the collision, we did have 32 occupants transported to local hospitals, 2 of which were in critical condition. The additional 31 occupants were not transported and left the scene already on.
So 30-something people transported.
Occupants transported. As a result of the collision, we did have 32 occupants transported to local hospitals, 2 of which were in critical condition. The additional 31 occupants were not transported and left the scene already on a separate bus at that time. Currently, we do have the carpool number 1 and number 2 lane closed on westbound 60 west of Azusa. We do anticipate this closure to stay in effect for the investigation for at least the next 3 hours.
And we understand that this was a tour bus. These were folks that were coming from the Coachella Valley, Morongo
Coachella Valley. Look at this. Bus is torn up.
Casino, and they were making their way out to Koreatown.
Yes, ma'am. That's the information that we have at this time.
Did you speak with any of them? They looked visibly shaken, obviously, as they were walking off the freeway.
Yes, unfortunately, I did not personally speak with any of them. Our officers who are conducting the investigation did speak with all of the passengers, obtaining statements and gathering information to try to determine and ascertain what exactly took place prior to and leading up to this collision.
And do we know exactly why or how the bus slammed into the rear end of that Nissan SUV?
Oh, so the bus slammed into the rear end.
At this time, it is under investigation, and we don't have those exact answers available to me right now. But we are going to be working thoroughly with our partners to better ascertain and understand how this collision occurred.
And then we have one person who passed away. It was a driver of the Nissan SUV. We know that at least 32 others have been transported for medical evaluation. How many of those do you believe are critical?
The information we received from LA County Fire was that we had 2 patients that were critical or of immediate care need. The others were moderate to minor, and again, they were taken to multiple local hospitals in the area.
Now, you did say that this is going to remain closed for at least the next 3 hours, but we have seen some traffic flowing here. Again, a recap of what is open and what still remains closed.
Yes, the carpool number 1 and number 2 lane are going to be closed for at least the next 3 hours. The number 3 and number 4 lane of westbound 60 west of Azusa are open. We are encouraging drivers to please avoid the area if at all possible due to delays that they will experience due to these closures.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Officer Zales, I really appreciate your time. So there you have it, Michelle. Really, for anybody traveling on this Mother's Day, your best bet is taking an alternate route, possibly the 10 freeway.
That's in Hacienda Heights. My friend Katrina was telling me they normally don't really do much on Mother's Day. They'll do like the day before, or they'll do it some other time and kind of like lay low on Mother's Day. I'm going to my mother's house in a little bit. We're just going to chill, a little barbecue and stuff. Nothing crazy, Just hang out with the family, but
Breaking news, a deadly tour bus crash shuts down lanes on the westbound 60 freeway. Just minutes ago, 2 lanes were reopened.
Eyewitness News reporter Monica Deanda is live in Hacienda Heights at the scene with the latest. Monica, what can you tell us?
Tony, Irene, like you guys said just moments ago, the 2 lanes open here, westbound 60 between Azusa and Hacienda, but I want you to take a look behind me. This is a tour bus. This is what's left of it on the side of the road here. That was involved in this accident along with a Nissan SUV. We're told that there were 63 people on that tour bus at the time of the crash, and you can see just what's left of it. Obviously, the whole front section, that window shattered. A lot of people were scared. We're told 32 were transported to local hospitals, 2 of those people in critical condition. The other car that was involved in this collision was a Nissan SUV, and we're told that driver died, unfortunately, there as a result of that accident. We also know that the Nissan SUV went up in flames immediately when this accident happened, and we were able to catch a glimpse of that SUV. Of course, right now, authorities are still waiting for the coroner to show up, so the HOV lane and the number 3 and 4 lane remain closed. But really, this shut down this 60 westbound for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. There was a lot of traffic and backup. When we got here, we struggled to even get to where we are now to bring you these live pictures. But as we come back out here live again, 1 person is dead, 2 in critical condition, and we know that there were 32 people transported total to the hospital that were all on that tour bus right there behind me. You can see it suffered major damage. And again, if you are thinking of driving through the 60 today westbound, CHP is asking for you to avoid this area because it's going to remain partially closed for at least the next 3 hours. Reporting live in Hacienda Heights, Monica de Anda, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Hacienda Heights. I want to get to another clip too, because they were saying, one of the clips said they were begging for mercy. I don't know who they were talking about. I guess some of the people. Tour bus, 60 westbound lanes of 60 freeway were partially blocked. 1 person dead, dozens injured. Major crash between SUV and tour bus. Nissan SUV fully engulfed in flames. By the time they arrived, the driver was pronounced dead. 63 people on board the bus during the crash. The tour bus did not catch fire, but 2 people were critically hurt. 32 people total were transferred to the hospitals with varying injuries. Wow. This is the one. I wonder where they got the whole begging for mercy.
We continue our breaking news coverage out of Hacienda Heights. The driver of a Nissan SUV has been killed after colliding with a tour bus on the 60 freeway.
At least 30 other passengers are reported injured, with 2 people now in critical condition. That's where we find KTLA's Aaron Myers live from the scene of the accident. The freeway, is it still shut down at this hour, Aaron?
Good morning, Megan. Good morning, Lauren. They do have the 3 and 4 lanes open, so not fully shut down anymore. But this was definitely a frightening situation for those passengers on the bus. There were more than 60 of them, some of them asleep when this crash happened. You can see the bus here behind me. They are working on getting it attached to that truck right there so they can tow it out of the area. The medical examiner is also on the scene now, so they are hoping to open the freeway fully within the next hour or 2. Now, we know this all happened just after 5 this morning on the 60 West, not far from Azusa Avenue. When we drove past this morning, we saw several fire trucks and fire engines and ambulances on the freeway, along with multiple CHP vehicles. So this was a very large response to this incident. The crash caused the Nissan to become fully engulfed in flames. The driver of the Nissan was pronounced dead here at the scene. Now, more than 60 people...
Wow, look at that. Holy crap. Wow. That vehicle had no chance. The one article was saying that it got rear-ended. Calvin says SUV facing the wrong way. Was it driving the wrong way on impact, or did it spin when hit? That's what I'm wondering, what exactly happened. The one said that it was rear-ended.
The driver...
They're probably going to have to do a press conference on this, I'm sure, to give some type of update. So the bus was traveling from Morongo Casino to Career Town. I guess people were having fun. It was a tour bus, Mother's Day. Maybe some people got it as a present, And sustained significant damage from the front, significant front end damage, as well as sustained a shattered windshield, and ended up on the shoulder as a result of the collision. Must have been driving fast. I wonder if the SUV had braked, like all of a sudden had to have braked. Wow, crazy.
Driver of the Nissan was pronounced dead here at the scene. Now, more than 60 people, as I said, were on the tour bus when this happened. It was heading from the Morongo area to Koreatown. One passenger spoke about the chaos after the crash.
We continue.
I was thrown from the back seat, about the third or fourth back seat back there in the floor, about 3 or 4 seats down, and glass was on me and all that stuff like that. So a lot of them were severe to ending and crying and hollering and everything like that. Yes. People were begging for mercy.
Wait, who was begging for mercy?
Yeah. So a lot of them were severe to ending and crying and hollering and everything like that. Yes. People were begging for mercy.
You can see some of the injured being taken to the hospitals, to ambulances. We know 32 of the passengers were transported to the hospital. 26 were said to have minor injuries, and at least 2 people were in critical condition. 31 of them did not want to be transported, and another bus did come pick them up shortly after the crash. The 60 West was fully shut down in the area for over 2 hours, but now once again the 3 and 4 lanes are back open. As for the cause, it's believed the bus rear-ended the Nissan, but why that happened is still under investigation.
I mean, usually, if you rear-end somebody, isn't it usually the person that hits the person that rear ends the other cars? It's their fault usually. MK, thank you for the follow on Twitch, and thank you for the subscribers on YouTube. Isn't it usually the person that hits them rear end? It's their fault? You know, I don't know. Those buses, yeah, like somebody said, for those buses to stop, if this person had slammed on their brakes for whatever reason in the SUV and the bus was behind them and they were driving fast, it must have been driving really fast, you know, the highway. That's wild for the SUV to explode like that, though, just straight into flames. And they said the driver was just dead. There's nothing you could do. Wow.
At this point, it is unknown any particular factors. It is being diligently investigated by our officers right now, obtaining statements from a variety of parties involved, as well as any possible witnesses. We would encourage any individuals that may have seen this collision take place, again, earlier this morning at around 5:03, if they did see the collision, to contact us so that we may speak with them.
As you heard, they have been speaking to witnesses and those on the bus, but they are encouraging anyone who may have been here on the freeway around 5 o'clock this morning, if they saw anything or if they know anything, to contact the CHP.
I think so. I think you're talking about, so there was another tour bus, and I saw somebody mention in Utah, not Colorado. Colorado students catch, Idaho, sorry. Colorado students catch fire near Moab. This was recent too. This looks crazy as hell. Look at this shit. What the hell? Metallica said, I drive buses all the time and get cut. I drive a bus and get cut off all the time. People, yeah, I'm sure people do that. There's not the reaction time is harder probably. Let's check this out. If it plays.
Meantime, 30 kids are safe after their bus caught fire this morning in Moab. The tour bus was driving in from Denver on Highway 191, heading to camp for the weekend, when the driver pulled over due to mechanical issues. The bus caught fire shortly after it was evacuated. The bus is a total loss. The school district in the area sent a bus to transport the kids to a local school while they waited for a fresh tour bus from Denver. No one was injured, and all roads are reopened in the area.
Burnt to a crisp. Wow. This was a crazy one, too. So they were saying the deadliest holidays for driving. Mother's Day is on the list, towards the bottom, but it's on the list. Memorial Day has it listed as number 1. Labor Day, Independence Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Day. And Mother's Day and Father's Day is at the bottom. but it's on the list. This was a messed up one. Family speaks out after father was run down on crosswalk and robbed. They ran him over and robbed him?
Robbery of a man who was run down by a driver in a crosswalk. This after getting money out of a nearby ATM.
Tonight, the victim's family is speaking out only on Fox 5. Our Bob Barnard is live in Northeast. Bob, anybody who's seen the video is outraged. The family must be so angry and heartbroken. I mean, when you see this, it's just awful.
Donated $5 through Super
Sticky
Chat.
Cheeks.
Happy Sunday to you. Thank you for the coverage as always.
Thank you. Happy Sunday.
Yeah, they are, Shamari and Angie. The emotions are raw, and I got to tell you, they're hard to hear. We spoke to the family outside.
So I wonder if that person was watching him. He goes to take money out the ATM. The person runs him over and then
Their
robs
home
him.
here in Northeast just a short time ago. Want to show you our first photo of Donnell Phillips. He was 55 years old. He was a father of 3, grandfather of 2, worked as an overnight concierge at an apartment complex on 14th Street Northwest. Was on his dinner break getting money for his rent when he was killed. His murder caught on camera. You see Donnell Phillips walking down the sidewalk along U Street Northwest. It's 4:15 in the morning Wednesday. People in an
4:15 in the morning.
SUV were following him, and as soon as
I guess he works like graveyard, maybe.
4:15 in the morning Wednesday, people in an SUV were following him, and as soon as Mr. Phillips got into the crosswalk at 12th Street, the car turned straight at him. He was struck and killed. Police say it appears the people in the car got out, stole his cash, and fled. Phillips had just withdrawn money from an ATM in the 1100 block of U Street Northwest. The suspects were in a stolen white Hyundai Santa Fe that was recovered not long afterward. Donnell Phillips' daughter and granddaughter are speaking out to us today.
It's heartbreaking because it's like, that was cruel. It was cruel. And then y'all, they just left him there. They just left him there. And then they robbed him. Like, you stole from a man that you already killed. You already, like, I don't understand. And the only thing, because of my dad, this is the only thing I can say. Because of my dad, I pray for the person that did it. Instead of wanting revenge, because y'all took a good man, y'all took a man that stood for a lot of things, that helped out a lot of people and didn't want anything in return.
When I was sad, he had helped me, lift me up, had got me in a good mood. Even though we had our bad times, our good times, we'd been best friends since I was born.
Now, D.C. police say the same people robbed 2 other victims at gunpoint in the half hour before killing Mr. Phillips. The suspects are still out here. A reward is being offered for information that leads to their arrest, and you'll hear more from the family coming up at 5 o'clock, guys.
Bob.
Crazy, man. What happened to just robbing somebody and moving on? Palm tree trimmer. This was yesterday. I had another video on this too. Somebody got stuck in a palm tree. I don't know if you guys I saw this and it reminded me of that one guy that actually passed away in the palm tree. Remember he got stuck? I think it was California. This one here is Phoenix, I believe.
First terror at 50 feet. A tree trimmer is trapped on top of a palm tree in the West Valley. And
they say this actually happens commonly. When that guy got stuck and passed away, I was like, what kind of way? What is this? How does this happen? And it just, I guess the fronds is what they call it. It falls on top of somebody.
And first responders rushed to the rescue. Fox 10's Kinsey Beach is live with details. Kinsey.
Yeah, Brian, Ashley, we're able to get a much better look at this palm tree this afternoon. It was this tree right over my left shoulder where the 40-year-old landscaper was stuck about 50 feet up in the air. You can still see that tree has a lot of dead palm fronds around the top of it. But if you go down that tree and we look at the base more towards the ground, there is a massive pile of fronds right there. And when you look below it, but then when we come to the left, neighbors telling us the 3-man crew nearly actually filled this entire dumpster of dead fronds from that palm tree just this morning before that man was rescued. It took crews about an hour to reach the 40-year-old worker. It shows just how dense the fronds were and how far up into the tree the landscaper was. They were able to use a drone. The fire department dropped a line over the tree to help get him off. They also had a ladder truck and chainsaws to get to him. The Phoenix Fire Department described just how heavy and deadly these palm fronds can be.
They thought they had their safety precautions in place, and then next thing we know, 911 was called and we went to work. They can fall down and they can trap the tree trimmer around his waist. They can trap their chest to where they're not able to get full respirations and they can't essentially breathe. I don't know if that's what happened here, but they did use chainsaws to be able to free some of that dead skirt that was up there, some of the dead foliage, and be able to put the ladder truck right at his location and secure him and pull him off the tree.
Now, I spoke with two neighbors that live right across the street from this house and from that palm tree. They witnessed it this morning. Richard Chard, you've lived here for 50 years, you were telling me. In the 50 years that you've lived here, how often have you seen that tree trimmed? Or maybe describe to me what it looked like this morning before the crews were here.
It looked like a tree that's never been trimmed.
Yeah, how far down were the fronds before?
As far as I could see, about almost to the top of the fence.
Wow, so almost to the roof line. Almost. So they were at it for hours. Describe to me maybe what you saw in terms of the worker going up the tree and when things went south.
He was working around, pulling the palm fronds off, throwing them out, and the guys were bringing them out. As you look in the dumpster, that's just from the bottom half of that tree. And then he, after a break, because it's hot, it was over 100 degrees here, and he took a break, and then he went up inside, and both Eugene and I said, uh-oh, bad move.
Yeah. Then what happened? When did you know that maybe he needed help?
I heard some yelling from that, and then there was nothing after that.
Wow.
So he must have collapsed on the inside, and he was in pretty good.
Wow. How many fire crews, how would you describe maybe the chaos that was out?
There's about 11, 12 trucks here, about 50 to 60 people.
Wow. Richard, thank you so much for your time. So, Brian Ashley, as you just heard,
those fronds, man. This is the one that Lord was talking about.
Take a look at this video.
This was a
that
week
is
ago.
making the
7 dead in fiery crash.
rounds on social media after a pickup truck collided with a tour van carrying a number of foreign travelers on a highway leading to Yellowstone National Park, leaving 7 people dead and at least 8 others injured. That is according to the Idaho State Police. Now, the crash happened in eastern Idaho, roughly about 16 miles west of Yellowstone National Park. A lot to discuss about what did happen, what we know, and what is still left to figure out. I do want to bring in Nate Eaton, the news director and reporter here at EastIdahoNews.com. Thank you so much for taking the time, as always, to be here with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. And first off, a lot of this information slowly coming in from Idaho State Police and other sources here. Can you explain your understanding of what happened?
There was a pickup truck, a solo occupant in there, a solo driver who was driving down one side of the highway when a van full of tourists from another country or other countries was traveling the other way. They slammed into each other head on. There were 14 people inside of that van. And after the crash, according to witnesses, several of them were able to get out, but many were not. And within a matter of minutes, that fire that you see there on the screen just started quite small, but quickly became, much bigger based on those images that we see. And unfortunately, multiple people inside that van were killed along with the driver of that red pickup truck.
What have the witnesses been saying about what they heard, what they saw?
The witnesses say that it happened quite quickly, and that once you can see there in that video, actually, people stopped, some of those witnesses stopped to help folks who were inside of that van. Many were trapped, many could not get out. Others were able to get out, and they were hopeful that others would be able to escape that van. But once those flames started, once that fire started, it just became kind of a hopeless situation as they watched that van go up in flames and waited for emergency responders to arrive. You can see a helicopter had to land. Several people were flown to different hospitals in Idaho and Montana, and then ambulances also arrived and took other people via ambulance to the hospital.
What do we know about the victims here? Because, again, we know that this did involve 2 vehicles. One of them, of course, was that tour bus carrying foreign nationals. What do we know about the victims?
It's quite a complicated task to try to track down these victims, according to the authorities here in Idaho, because they are from different countries. There are some language barriers from what we understand. So, and simply the wreckage was just so horrific to try to pull any identifying information out of that vehicle, out of that van, and then try to track loved ones who are overseas. We're told that it's going to take some time. The police did release the name of the driver of the pickup yesterday, a man from Texas. So we do have his name. But as far as the 14 people who were in that van, we haven't received any information, and we're told that it could take a little bit of time. Fortunately, there are some survivors who were taken to hospitals who are in more stable condition or doing better today, and I would imagine they are assisting the authorities in tracking down other people who may have been in the van. But this is quite a rural county. This is a small county. They have a small sheriff's office, a coroner's office that would likely never see 7 deaths in 1 year, let alone one specific incident. So it is taxing to the authorities in Fremont County, Idaho, to try to, identify all of these people.
And you talked a little bit about Fremont County there, but can you break down the location where this crash specifically happened? Because as we mentioned, it's not
So crazy accident, man. Horrible accident. Also, so that was from like a week ago, but this was posted 2 hours ago. And this says University of Miami football player involved in fatal crash. A lot of accidents happening all the time. But again, on these holidays, I guess it increases. Well, this happened yesterday. Miami Hurricanes linebacker Adrius Hayes was involved in a crash in Tampa Bay area Saturday. Killed 2 children. That killed 2 children? Holy shit. And left several others hospitalized. Oh, man.
Linebacker involved in a crash that left 2 children dead in Pinellas County.
He was visiting
Pinellas
his
County.
hometown in the Tampa Bay area
Probably
when
from
the
Mother's Day,
crash
maybe.
happened. We have local 10's Trent Kelly joining us live from UM in Coral Gables with the details. Trent?
Yeah, Alexis and Andrew, news of this crash, of course, shocking many here on the University of Miami campus. Officials confirming to us overnight that this wreck did involve current sophomore Adarius Hayes, who, as you mentioned, is a linebacker with the Hurricanes. He is widely considered to be a rising star on the team. Again, we now know he was involved in this fatal wreck. While Hayes survived that crash, we're told 2 others died. Both of them said to be kids. Let's take you now to Hayes' team pick. Again, Hayes playing the position of linebacker for the Hurricanes, and following his freshman season last year, was widely considered to be on the verge of having a breakout year. Since news of the crash first broke yesterday, there's been an outpouring of support online and on social media from current players and others associated with the football team here. All of them offering up prayers in support of Hayes and his family, along with everyone else involved in this crash. That includes current running back for the team, Mark Fletcher Jr., who simply posted this to his X account last night, reading, quote, "Pray for AD." Let's take you now to some new images of that fatal crash scene just into
2
our
children
news
dead. That's horrible, man.
room. You can see the 2 vehicles involved there, including a green Kia Soul and a red Dodge Durango. The crash happening in Largo, which is in the Tampa Bay area and is Hayes' hometown. Police tell us it happened just before 2 p.m. yesterday when the car Hayes was in and another car collided while one of them was trying to make a turn. Again, we know Hayes did survive that wreck. However, the extent of his injuries this morning and how badly he was injured in that crash is still not clear. We do know, however, that 2 others that were riding in that other vehicle did die. Both are said to be kids, a 4-year-old and a 10-year-old. And again, we are working to learn the conditions of the other people involved in that crash, including Hayes himself. As of this morning, I can tell you that police there in the Largo area, they are continuing to investigate this deadly wreck. At this point, they don't have much other information to release at this point this morning, but they do say that alcohol is not believed to have played a role in this crash. You can bet, though, they are most likely looking at several other circumstances that could have played a role here. But again, Darius Hayes, an up-and-coming linebacker for the Miami Hurricanes, involved in this.
Yeah, he's alive, though. I mean, I get it. I guess it leads off with that, but he's alive, man. The 2 kids are dead. Somebody say he needs to go to jail for a long time. I guess we're going to have to see. By the way, real quick, the other night when we were covering a bunch of random stories, you guys might remember this. The AI generated video of dead victim addresses killer in Phoenix court. This was really wild to see. We talked about this the other day, but just in case you didn't hear about it, it's just a little kind of trippy.
Story seemingly out of science fiction, now becoming a reality in criminal science. It all has to do with this one video on your screen. This man that you see, he's created by artificial intelligence. He is a recreation of someone killed during a road rage incident in what is believed to be the first time AI has been used for an impact statement during a trial. News Nation's Caitlin Becker joins us with more. Caitlin, this is truly jaw-dropping. Walk us through what we know about this AI video used in a courtroom.
It's pretty wild to see. I mean, impact statements are so important and crucial for victims of crimes. It's their chance to be able to say their piece, but often the victims are no longer with us. So here we have the situation where after Christopher Pelkey's 2021 death, his sister Stacey Wales struggled to find the right words for her victim impact statement. So she let her brother speak for himself in court. Sort of, with the help of technology.
To Gabriel Horcasitas, the man who shot me. It is a shame we encountered each other that day in those circumstances. In another life, we probably could have been friends. I believe in forgiveness and in God who forgives. I always have, and I still do.
Christopher Pelkey may never have gotten his day in court, but last week, that avatar that you just saw of his did. It's the first time AI technology has been utilized this way inside of a courtroom. The Army vet brought back to life by his sister and her husband, who both...
I don't know how you guys feel about that. It is kind of odd. I don't know. The family was for it, though. The family wanted to do it. I don't know if they brought an AI of me back. If something horrible happened to me, I don't know. It's a little odd. Right? I don't know, right? If it was somebody I loved or a family member. Yo, boy, here, you crazy. It's kind of odd. It is odd. So basically, the AI offered forgiveness to the killer, and the judge was moved and stuff. We talked about this the other day. This lady here, she's from Daily Mail. I think I've seen this lady before. News Nation's Caitlin Becker. Did she move over to News Nation? I wonder if she moved over to News Nation. She looks like the Daily Mail lady. Or maybe she was a guest.
I want you to...
This, this was last night. Some guy shot his brother in Texas. This was a wild story, too. This was a squatter situation. This is from a couple days ago, almost a week ago. But I just haven't heard of something like this. So this guy apparently ends up with squatters. He wouldn't leave his house, so he moved in with the squatters. I don't know. I thought like the house was for sale or something. Or let me see.
Chicago man says he did the unthinkable when he discovered alleged squatters in his property. He decided to move in with them.
Marco Velasquez is the owner of this Southside property, which is on the market to be sold. He says his realtor came by with a potential buyer, but there was already people inside.
I couldn't believe it. It was like a nightmare.
Velasquez says a woman named Charmaine and her boyfriend Codero moved in, claiming they recently purchased the property. He says the couple showed police this mortgage document, but Cook County confirms they don't see this mortgage on record.
Yeah, people make up all kinds of documents. Cops are not going to really look into it. They make up all kinds of bullshit, or they'll get a bill sent to the place or whatever.
Velasquez's realtor recorded this video as the couple explained to police they had a right to be there.
Y'all bogus right now. I listen, bro.
He says police told them under Illinois' current law they couldn't remove anyone.
I said I'm not moving out, and I said at the one point they gotta leave. They gotta get tired of husband in the property. I called a couple of friends, stay overnight, and I knew they were not gonna like that.
So you're telling me that you and your friends came in and moved in with them?
And we have a party, man. We'd have to bring a bunch of people. I'd be concerned for my safety, though. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable sleeping because, these people are already unhinged. I don't know if they're going to try to do something to me. But if we're going to do this, we got to go all in. Party, music, dancing, a bunch of people. Some fart bombs. I'm going to be lighting the place up with fart bombs. We'll have some gas masks on.
Yes.
Velasquez says he, his wife, and their friends got a few air mattresses and spent the night with the alleged squatters.
We stand in the living room. We were watching all the time the door. They stand in one of the bedrooms.
Make a live stream out of it. That would be a crazy live stream. Just watching that shit, like living with squatters, and do a whole.
The next morning, he says he realized they were not budging.
They're like, oh, well, we want $8,000.
Velasquez says
8,000.
they negotiated. He had the couple sign a cash for key agreement, and he paid them $4,300 to leave.
We wouldn't want to give them money, but we heard, really bad stories about squatters taking over properties 6, 8, 10 months, even a year.
Velasquez says weeks later, a CPD detective called them, informing them that one of the alleged squatters is the same woman accused of squatting in Marcia and Carlton Lee's home after leaving his property. In the Lee's case, Charmaine Powell Gillard was arrested and charged with burglary, forgery, obstructing identification, and criminal residential trespassing. In the meantime, Velasquez says he's working with a detective, and he hopes action is taken in his case, too.
I heard stories before about squatters. I never thought it was going to happen to me.
The accused squatter, Charmaine Powell Gillard, said claims that she is a squatter are false and unfounded, and wrote, quote, innocent until proven guilty. We also reached out to her alleged boyfriend, Codero, but have not heard back. CPD did not.
So she says fake news. It's not true. Fake news. There was this captain apparently that's gone missing. Captain missing after fishing boat capsizes. I'll just play that real quick and see what's going on with that.
It is an industry that that sometimes is unfair. It just, it's just unfair.
Communities on the Oregon coast mourning tonight. A fishing captain remembered after his boat flips and he disappears. I'm Lisa Balick. Welcome to the 10. Mourners from Newport to Warrenton remembering a 44-year-old captain who the Coast Guard is not yet identifying after his boat overturned yesterday. The Coast Guard out of Astoria suspended its search last night after his boat, the Captain Raleigh, went down just north of Westport in Grays Harbor County. That boat based out of Warrenton. According to the Coast Guard, the boat took on water about 8 yesterday morning. Pumps couldn't keep up. The Coast Guard says the captain was trying to fix the problem when the boat suddenly flipped, the crew going overboard.
At some point, the vessel then overturned, putting those 3 individuals in the water. More water intruded into the vessel itself and then ended up sinking.
The Coast Guard in Westport plucked the 3 crew members from the water, but despite the hours-long search, the captain was not found. The city of Warrenton says his ship was based at the city's marina.
So he's gone. Amy had sent this too. There was a fire apparently, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
God, this wasn't my building. I hope everyone's okay. Oh my God, look at that firefighter. Look at the smoke.
4 dead, supposedly, according to this person. 4 fatalities.
Yeah,
Oh, look,
God,
is a
that
firefighter
guy's
on top?
okay, I guess. I don't know what they're gonna. This is
Ladders.
This is
They got ladders going up to the building.
like I said, I'm estimating 90. He just got out now?
Right, he just walked.
And he's just walking.
Right, he just
He's
walked
just
out.
walking.
It was nothing.
Like nothing.
Oh my God, I think that.
No, they're putting them on the thing, I think. Oh, they putting them on. Oh, wait. No, they're not putting them on.
I think.
They're covering the thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Huh? I think so. I think he passed over. I think so. I really do think that man passed. Wait, they're still pumping him. They're still pumping him. I know. Yeah.
I woke up and I saw this.
Not going to show that, obviously. Come on, guys. Oh, good. Good.
The 2 houses.
Well, good. That's good. How'd you get out?
They had to. I had to hug the fire department, put my leg across there.
Are you serious?
Because I had a whole knee replacement.
Okay.
March the 7th.
Goodness, and you're already walking like this? In a what? Your cousin?
Come out the fucking door.
What? I don't know what she said. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know this man in this alley is definitely passed on. But they're just leaving him lay there with no covering, nothing. Oh, here comes some more. I know, Ellie. I was seeing, and her cousin's dead. He was, I don't know. Hey, Afila, Mexican, what's up? Citizen journalist, yes, I know. I can't believe it's like, oh yeah, the news stations are here. Well, I'm a news station too. I just happen to be on my other channel.
Oh shit!
Right.
Okay, so there was this fire out there in Wisconsin. By the way, I noticed the other day, or yesterday, I noticed that like hundreds and hundreds of comments were being blocked by YouTube, like in my comment section. And like so there's like a community moderation thing, and I had it set to the lowest. I had it the comments. I had this shit set. I'm almost about to just turn it off. I had it set to the lowest. It says basic moderation. You can put it on strict or hold all. So basic is the last thing before it's none. And I had it on that shit. Oh no, actually, maybe it was on stricter. I don't know. No, maybe it was on strict. I don't know. I thought it was basic, but that it was on basic. It was on basic. That shit, bro, hundreds of comments hidden, and I was like, what is up with that? And when I was looking at the comments, it was not cursing. It was nothing like racial. It was just like, hey, how are you? Or replying back, hey, whatever. Like, I'm like, why is YouTube blocking all these comments? So I just made sure it's on the lowest setting. If it keeps blocking, I might just have to completely turn it off on the YouTube comment section. I might just have to completely turn it off because it's killing engagement. I didn't realize all these comments were being blocked or hidden or whatever. So I turned it to the lowest thing, and I went in there and I manually approved. I was just hitting approve, just hundreds of comments because this is ridiculous. Because that kills the engagement, that kills the conversation. You know what I'm saying? It helps. I'm sure it helps the videos where people are talking and going back and forth or whatever. And even today, even after I hit the setting, it was still blocking comments. It's crazy. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it. If it keeps blocking people, I'm just gonna completely turn it off because what other choice do I have? I can't sit here all day and hit approve. You know, it's crazy. Yeah. If you're in the live chat, make sure. Some people don't know that it's by default. I don't know why YouTube does that, but by default, it's selected to top chat. I always have to switch it to live chat. I think they should default all messages live chat and leave the top if you want to pick it, but YouTube does that. I don't know why. But yeah, they block a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of comments. The AI is like doing too much. So I'm almost to the point where I'm going to turn it off, but I'll keep an eye and see. So if your comments haven't shown up and stuff like that in the comment section, that's why. And I don't want that. I'd rather have people talking. I don't want all the messages hidden like that, you know? Okay, yesterday, just a real quick too, yesterday, I covered the story Lily Sullivan and Jack Sullivan. If you missed that story, go check it out when you have time. I saw a lot of people talking about it, so I finally said, you know what, let me just cover it and check it out. And so, I'm going to keep following this story. It's about those two kids missing out of Nova Scotia, Canada. Odd, mysterious story. A lot of people think foul play. Of course, you know, we're waiting to see what comes of it. I'm going to try to keep this story updated. When new information comes out, I'll either do a live stream or I'll just post a short video, depending on what comes out. So yeah, if you missed that story, go check it out. Let me see what else. What else is going? Anything else today? Just be safe. I'm gonna go hang out with family for a little bit, chill, low key. I will be back later though, just see what's popping. Let me see. Turkey. I thought there was something I bookmarked. I don't know if this is gonna set the chat on fire. But is this no, let me not do that. I was gonna do that, but no. Oh, this was actually really funny. This was freaking hilarious. I was gonna do a little shorts reaction video, but
niggas.
This guy. All right, this says this guy went live in his ops block. He started talking shit and left in an Uber the moment they were pulling up. So he pulls up to the ops, starts talking shit on live stream.
Niggas size, man. I'm in a borough, nigga. Word. Where you at, pussy, nigga? You know where I'm at, nigga. You know where the fuck I'm at. You know what the fuck going on, big
Stay
crip
right there.
shit. Fuck out of here. Y'all niggas know what the fuck going on, nigga. Y'all niggas know where I'm at. Stop asking questions, nigga. You know where the fuck I'm at. Talk about don't panic. Get up dolly, nigga. Big pole on me. Niggas know my body, nigga. Big pole. Stay right there. Nigga, I'm not going nowhere. Fuck is you talking about? Stay right there. Fuck did that mean? Stay right there. I am gonna stay right here, nigga. I'm staying right here. Muhammad? Drop fast. I'm in a rush. Get me the fuck out of here. It's an iPhone charger? I can use it? Hurry up. Get me out of here. They coming. Drive. Why you not driving yet? Drive. Somebody coming downstairs. Hurry up. Get me out. Y'all niggas is pussy, man. Niggas know my body, man. Niggas know the...
Trying to pull a Takashi, man. Takashi showed up like at 3 a.m. or something in Chicago. Oh man. Let me see. Anything else? I guess that's it. That was crazy. There was that Florida attack of bear. I think we briefly mentioned it. Massive black bear mauls elderly Florida man and his dog to death. The only thing with that, somebody had said that like the bear went inside and got him. I gotta see. Oh, let me just read this real quick. The state's first deadly attack on record. I'm surprised that's the first attack on record. Massive bear weighing 300 pounds mauled an 89-year-old Florida man and his faithful dog. Robert Markle's granddaughter called 911 on May 5th after seeing a male black bear killing her dad's dog right outside his camper situated on the property. Damn. Near the residence. Also indications that a bear entered the residence itself. Oh, shit. That's what somebody had left a comment saying, that the bear got inside. Went inside the place. Damn. Out of a movie or something. This was kind of funny too. Maybe I'll post this as a Mother's Day on Facebook. It's the statue. The New York statue. This was crazy too, bro. This was crazy. This was wild. Homeowner, check this out. Homeowner shoots a lost DoorDash driver. Homeowner shoots a lost DoorDash driver. Bro.
Go! Go!
My boy had it in neutral or something. Oh, shit. Bro. Jesus.
The 24-year-old dasher was lost. When police say he was seen here Friday night in Chester, going door to door with a bag and his cell phone in hand. We traced the dasher's steps to get this video from one of the houses he went to before police say he was shot in the Valerie Drive neighborhood in Orange County.
He did stop at our house, and I thought maybe my wife had ordered DoorDash. He didn't seem to speak that good of English.
Authorities say the victim ended up at this house where he was allegedly shot multiple
A lot of them don't speak English. Yeah,
times by Chester Highway Superintendent
went to the wrong house, bro.
John Riley, and hit once in the back inside his car while trying to leave. Riley is facing assault and weapons charges. Authorities say the victim drove home to Middletown for help while seriously injured and bleeding. The dasher's family didn't want to talk on camera, but told me his cell phone was dead and that he stopped at this gas station along the way to charge it, enough to tell them he was shot. State police say evidence shows the dasher was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
There's nothing to indicate that the victim had any nefarious intentions. He was just out there doing his job.
Wow. People, I'm going to leave that for CC. This was crazy too. This was another video clip. This woman told her friend. This woman is told that her friend and her beat someone to death and she doesn't care. She sits back and laughs.
That shit's crazy. Do you know how she died? Like,
from fighting.
The injuries of her death.
So they had to do an autopsy, but it was a result of her the injury she sustained during the fight.
That shit's crazy.
How does it make you feel?
That shit make you feel like I'm going to hell. That I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Like, that's really crazy. Life is crazy.
This is where the true nature of Janine Gonzalez is revealed. Most people, when confronted with the reality that they've taken a life, break down. They cry, they panic. But Janine doesn't even flinch. There's something deeply disturbing about Janine's reaction. Not just because she killed someone, but because she doesn't seem to understand or care that she did. Detectives tried to lead her toward showing some emotion, some remorse, but she wasn't playing along.
And she's not a big girl.
No, she isn't. That's why I didn't watch her. She's too small. I looked at her and I'm just like, how old are you? She told me she was 30. I'm like, you're very small for your age to be 30.
Wow. Yeah, man, it's people will kill. It gets so much more intense. She finds out she's being charged with murder. She has a moment of shock and starts joking about going to prison.
The other charge is murder.
Murder?
Yep. You're being charged with murder.
Me?
Yep.
That's too
deep.
bad.
That's deep, right?
Yeah, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
No. What? Murder? I barely laid hands on her. All I did was pull her hair.
But the moment she realized she wouldn't be walking out of that room, her attitude changed. Just slightly. For the first time, there's a flicker of something else. Not remorse, but annoyance.
Let me see how locked up is. What the fuck? Just first of all, this shirt. Bad outfit. Bad outfit. It's like, let me change, please. What the fuck? Like,
She helped set the lady up because of a man? Really?
like, what? I just can't see myself in jail.
Yeah, this chick is crazy, dude. Like, just smiling, laughing, nothing's absorbing.
What the fuck? This don't seem real.
That's wild. I watched the entire interrogation. They are incapable of empathy. The good news is they're not very smart. Really invoke their right to counsel. Oh yeah, yeah. She didn't. Well, that's the whole video right there. Wow. All right, I guess I'm out for now, man. You guys be safe, be easy. Appreciate the support on the channel, man. Appreciate you guys coming through when you can. If you could like and subscribe, check out the website too. Check out the mailing list. If you like notifications, you know, if you're missing streams and you want to know when I'm live, and sometimes, a lot of the times I don't have notifications, you can get on the email list. The email list, every time I go live, it sends out an email. Just a heads up. So, you know, some people want that, some people don't want that. I like it. It looks like this. It's automated. I found the way to automate it now, so I don't have to touch buttons and all this stuff. It's automated. It sends out like, hey fam, I'm live. This is the video. It sends you a little thumbnail, the title. So if you want to watch it, you can watch it. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And that's just a way to kind of bypass when I don't have notifications, you know. Oh, the whole story's crazy, Ashley? You have to watch. They killed the side chick? Really? The cheating boyfriend was her brother. Oh, no way. No.
She's dead.
That's dirty.
You see,
Stranger stories. We might have to visit this sometime. A love triangle turned deadly when jealousy led to a brutal attack in Georgia. While one woman fought out of rage, another fought for the thrill of it. Janine Gonzalez wasn't tangled in the drama. She was just there for the violence. Cold, detached, and disturbingly casual. She showed no fear, no regret, not even a flicker of remorse. Even when told she had delivered the fatal blow, she didn't flinch. The scariest part, if it hadn't been Ashley that night, it could have been anyone. Damn. Love triangle. The lights are on, but no one is home. The female detective knew exactly what to do. Played out the, hey girl.
you seem kind of athletic. You play sports when you're in school?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do I really look athletic?
Yeah, you look athletic. Yeah, you got some shoulders on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Wow, they even have video of the whole thing. That's crazy. Wow, they recorded the whole thing. Jeez. Wow. Google's taken over everything. Over 400 companies so far. I thought they had a lawsuit too. Google, some type of lawsuit for one of the companies. Lancaster trial. I got a couple of tips too on the website, through the website. Police chase. This is 2 minutes long. I was sent this, but this is from 2023. Wow, on a scooter? Oh. took off again. Yeah, it looks like England somewhere. These are the chases in England, I guess. Trying to cut him off and he's going around. Wow. Block him in, baby. Oh, he pushed him. He pushed him. Oh! Boom! Grab his ass. Oh, he's gone. Okay, grab his ass.
We're getting resistance. Stand back!
When pretty privilege fails.
Stand back! On August 25th.
What is that? Oh, it's a whole video. Pretty privilege. There's a trial coming up too. Lancaster couple, beheading of 2 kids, 2 survived. This happened during COVID as Gabriel Anthony, Noah, and West boys. Dad arrested first after his clients called welfare check. The mom arrested a year later. Damn. Robin, thank you for that story. Maybe I'll check it out. And the standoff is over. Yeah, standoff. The standoff we were recovering the other day, the guy surrendered. Pit maneuver. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. I'm going to go see Mama for a bit. Chill. I hope you guys have a relaxed Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to the moms out there and the people that identify as moms. Have a good, relaxed day. It's Sunday. The weather is beautiful over here. Texas, one of my friends in Texas told me it was raining. Katrina in North Florida told me it was raining over there too. Over here, it's been like nice, cool breeze. The clicking started again in the fish tank. The clicking started again this morning. I kind of cleared out some of the... I need to get a camera for the fish tank so you guys can see up close because it blurs out with this camera. I want to put a camera like a little bit right in front of it so you can have like a camera view of the fish tank bit. I cleared out some of the top yesterday. I was cleaning it out so the light can go down to the bottom. The plants have just taken over that shit. The plants have taken over. It's really a plant tank. There's more plants than fish. Even though there's a bunch of fish. I saw baby fish in there. There's shrimp in there. I got to refill the CO2 tank. Maybe tonight I'll do that. Refill the CO2 tank. I need a bigger tank. That's what I feel like. I feel like that tank's not big enough anymore. That tank is just we could do a fish tank live stream. If I fix the camera to that position over there. One of the cameras I have is not really good. Might have to get another camera. Look for an excuse just to get another camera. You're getting rain over there. Yeah, I feel like I need a bigger. I do feel like I need a bigger tank. I might be moving soon though, so I'm gonna try to wait. But eventually, I'm gonna need something bigger. Something bigger. All right, guys. I will catch you later. Catch you later. Be safe. Bye. Bloop bloop bloop. Get an octopus. Thanks, Erica. Oh, you're in South Texas, not raining? Okay.